Hey everybody, how you doing? Sunnyvale Reject back in the house with another video. And today's video really excites me. Today we're going to take a look at my Dean Koontz book collection. Now, I'm not the sage on the stage. I don't know everything about Dean Koontz. I got to give props to my man Shadyside Library for turning me on to Darkfall. This book is tense, dark, gory. There's character development, all the things you can possibly ask for in a novel that keeps you on the edge of your seat. And I said, if Dean Koontz books are anything like this one right here, I'm going to get as many as I can. So what I did was, everywhere I go looking for books, Salvation Army, thrift, half-price books, Amazon or whatever, I really buy books that I want to read and then look good on the shelf. Come on, I mean, who doesn't, And Dean Koontz has some beautiful book covers. And I read the blurbs on the back, and I only got the books that I thought I would really read, because some say 105 books, some say he's written 132 books, but I know he's written a whole shitload of books. And I just can't buy them all. I don't have the money to buy them all, and I don't have the space, so I got the ones I was really going to read, and I'm going to show them to you today. Now, Dean Koontz has been around for a while. He's been publishing since the 60s, so I know you guys know all about him, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on it. But Dean Koontz says, part of his inspiration for wanting to be a writer comes from the constant abuse at the hands of his alcoholic father. And by the same token, his mother is a point of pride because, she was diminutive and still stood up to her father. And that took courage, and he appreciated that, and I can appreciate that too. But, he after high school, I think he published a story in the Atlantic Monthly, and it won an award. And then shortly after that, he became an English teacher. And, he was off and running. In 1967, I think he published his first book, and he's still going strong. 450 million in sales. I can't believe it. I think his last book was written in 2022. But the man is 78, and he's been writing most of his life. So let's give respect where respect is due. I'm zipping it. I have the order of these books right here. Their publication date and everything. But I don't care about that. I'm going to show them to you exactly the way they sit on my shelf. Let's see. First, Relentless. Yes, he's a dog lover. That's pretty cool. The Husband. Oh man, beautiful. These are smaller than the other hardbacks I have by him. The Husband. We Have Your Wife. You can get her back for $2 million in cash. I don't have that kind of liquid sitting around, baby. Velocity. So far, so good, right? Pretty cool covers. Nice colors. Velocity. If you don't take this note to the police and get them involved, I will kill a lovely blonde school teacher somewhere in Napa County. Do what he says. One door away from heaven. One door away from heaven. There he is with his dog again. That's pretty cool. Who doesn't like dogs? Come on. Man's best friend. Mankind. In a dusty trailer park on the far edge of the California dream, Michelina Bellsong contemplates the choices she has made. At 28, she wants to change the direction of her troubled life, but can't find her way until a new family settles into the rental trailer next door, and she meets the young girl who will lead her on a remarkable quest. Big thick-ass book, too. This is 600 pages. I think this is part of a series, maybe a 3-book series, but this is Fear Nothing. Look at that rascal. No mustache. Does Fear Nothing. Midnight. Midnight. This copy has seen better days. I'm actually having to hold it together, see. That's not just the end papers, that's the thick cardboard paper coming off the back cover there. But that's Midnight, and that's, that's a really cool spooky cover. Let's see what it says. A chilling tale of inexplicable deaths and spine-tingling terror from the unparalleled master of suspense. Hey, give it a shot if you're into that kind of thing, and it looks good on the shelf. Dragon Tears. Come on. Dragon Tears. Is that embossed? Slightly. Slightly. You really see Dean Koontz, age and evolve throughout the years on the back of his covers. That's kind of cool. It's like going to your phone and looking at your pictures and swiping a certain direction and you go back in time, But Dragon Tears. Tuesday was a fine California day full of sunshine and promise until Harry Lyon had to shoot someone at lunch. From that first sentence, Dragon Tears explodes across the page with the excitement, chilling suspense, emotion, and deeply drawn characters that have earned Dean Koontz enormous worldwide popularity. And that's kind of exactly how I explain Darkfall, really. And think about it, if he's sold over 450 million books, that means every single American has a copy of his book, and then some. A little shot of coffee there. I love this cover. I love this cover. This is Dean Koontz, Mr. Murder. This is matte. Everything's embossed. Very simple, but so cool. All of these are very, very nice copies, and most of them are first editions, because that's what I look for. Because he has a happy marriage, 2 adorable small daughters, and a successful career, mystery writer Marty Stillwater counts himself a lucky man, but all this is shattered when a stranger breaks into his house one rainy afternoon to announce, "You stole my wife, my life, and my children." Man, what would you do if somebody ran up in your house yelling that? Would you think you were losing your mind, or would you remove the fella from your house? Probably both. Lightning. Look at this, man, come on. Lightning. It's got some rubbing, a few tears and stuff, but the book is solid. Spirited Laura Shane lives a life whose escapes and rewards are inevitably weighed against the reckoning of a mysterious and fearsome creditor. Lightning. They're doomed. Oh yes. Intensity. Strictly for the cover. I was like, sometimes I like to just pick up books without any preconceived notions and just read them and see if I like them or not. Because we do judge books by their covers. We do. Look at that. There's nothing on the back. I think that's ballsy. That's really cool. China Shepherd is a 26-year-old woman whose deeply troubled childhood taught her the hard rules of survival, and whose adult life has been an unrelenting struggle for self-respect and safety. Children, that's called being an adult. I think that sums up life for damn near every one of us at some point, right? But so far, what do you think? I know my collection isn't huge, but it's pretty cool, right? And the covers are fun to look at. Hell, they're like watching fish swim in a tank. I walk by my bookshelf. There's parts of it you can't see. And, I have a lot more books than just what's behind me. And I look at them and study them and analyze them, and I worry about them, being bent or destroyed. But it's like watching fish swim. It puts me totally at peace, The Good Guy. Kill me instead. What are you thinking? What kind of thoughts does that provoke? From the electrifying openings of his novels to their unforgettable conclusion, Dean Koontz draws readers into complex and fascinating worlds of suspense and wonder. Yes, Timothy Carrier, having a beer after work at his friend's tavern, enjoys drawing eccentric customers into amusing conversations. But the jittery man who sits next to him tonight has mistaken Tim for someone very different and passes to him a manila envelope full of cash. So the person with the cash that walks in and thinks this guy's somebody else is trying to pay him to commit a murder. And the next person that walks in is the one that's supposed to really get paid for it. So he gives him the money, and that dude thinks that he's the one that's setting the whole thing up. But he sees a picture of the woman, and it changes everything. Interesting premise. Look at this. Come on. Yes, I love this. By the light of the moon. By the light of the moon. Where are they headed? Come on, man. Good times though, right? Good times. Just think about it. You know, a lot of, as you've heard from, you know, me speaking on authors' lives before they became writers, a lot of them, their writing comes from a place of pain. How do you think your life changes as a writer if you're writing from a place of pain? Maybe you're destitute, you're poor, there's violence in your home, that kind of thing, and then you become a multi-millionaire and you don't have those same struggles. How do you think that changes your writing? About the light of the moon. Dylan O'Connor is a gifted young artist just trying to do the right thing in life. He's on his way to an arts festival in Santa Fe when he stopped to get a room for himself and his 20-year-old autistic brother, Shep. But in a nightmarish instant, Dylan is attacked by a mysterious doctor, injected with a strange substance and told that he is now a carrier of something that will either kill him or transform his life. So far, the descriptions have been pretty cool too and intriguing and pique your interest. Yeah. Okay. Another beautiful cover. Soul Survivor. Look at that. And these are all crisp, solid books here. Look at that. That's the man himself. Sporting that awesome ass mustache and that badass leather jacket. Think about what goes on inside his head. Do the wheels ever stop turning? Him, Stephen King, Patricia Cornwell, and other writers like that who've written, hundreds of books and sold hundreds of millions of books. Do the wheels ever stop turning? Because they're so productive. Soul Survivor. Getting down to the last couple, and I did save these last two for last because they're my two favorite covers. Have you ever seen this? Hideaway. Let me put this closer so you can see. Look at this. This is an instance where, you have to assume that the cover does a lot of work and informs the content of the book. Does it justice? Another good picture of the man. Hideaway. In his most profoundly felt and terrifying novel yet, Dean Koontz compels us to explore the meaning of death, the nature of sociopathic evil, and the transcendent power of love. And he's right there. Love is the answer, y'all. The love that we withhold is the pain that we carry lifetime after lifetime. That's a quote by Alex Collier. Love, that's all we got. And my last and final book of my collection, and I'm not going to buy another damn Dean Koontz book until I read them all, but this is the final book and my favorite cover. It's The Taking. The Taking. Very beautiful cover. I love it. The Taking. On the morning that will mark the end of the world they have known, Molly and Neil Sloan awaken to the drumbeat of rain on their roof. It has haunted their sleep, invaded their dreams, and now they rise to find a luminous, silvery downpour drenching their small California mountain town. A strange scent hangs faintly in the air, and the young couple cannot shake the sense of something wrong. What happens next? How do things unfold? How does the plot and all that resolve itself? We will find out, because I will read it at some point, and I hope you do too. Maybe you have already. As always, if you have anything to say or any comments, I'd love to hear about it. And thank you for spending time with me. Thanks for checking out my books. And if you like what I do, like and subscribe. And guys, please stay cool and never ever stop reading.